Hi, my name's Natasha Cockerell and I'm a registered architect. I'm also one of the directors at PRENDOS New Zealand. So a question one of our clients ask us is, why should I use an architect? Couldn't I just use a draftsperson or an architectural designer and wouldn't that be a lot cheaper? The answer is that an architect and a draftsperson are very different and they do very different things. So the term registered architect and architect is actually protected under New Zealand law by the Architect Act. A registered architect has undergone 5 years of very intensive university training and then usually a minimum of 5 to 10 years work experience before sitting a very rigorous registration exam. So all of that training is about learning how to design spaces, not just draft or document, and that's something that a draftsperson or an architectural designer does not have. So architects offer a broad spectrum of skills to your project. So firstly, we help you to tease out what exactly do you want. You might think you know what you want, and the reality is that most clients only have a very vague idea. So we get rid of all the preconceptions and we just look at what do you need from your building and how best are we going to meet that need. We also look at the site constraints and we look at council and regulatory requirements for your site, and so we use all of that information to create the brief for your project, and that's the first step. Next, we come up with a design concept or maybe a multiple of concepts, and we'll be looking at delivering a series of spaces for you that utilise light, views, privacy, and also a strong design visual concept for the outside of the building. So we're not just doing a cookie cutter design, everything is unique to you and your requirements and to your site. So an architect will also then refine the construction details of a project so that the design concept and the intent of that concept is carried right through to the end of the design. So one of the dangers of getting a draftsperson to document a project which has been had a concept design done by an architect is that some of the intent of that concept may be lost through sort of clumsy or poor detailing, which while it may work from a weather tightness and a construction point of view, it's not carrying through the conceptual design which the architects come up with. So it's really important when you use an architect that they use them for the whole process and don't try to cut costs. It's a false economy. You'll end up with a building that you're maybe not 100% happy with. So architects also manage, coordinate and work closely with other design disciplines like structural engineers and fire engineers. Here at PRENDOS, we actually have structural and fire engineers in-house, so we have a really good dynamic going on within the design team, and we also work with some external consultants that we have really good relationships with. So what that means is that all of the separate parts of your design will come together as one coordinated whole, and they'll all add to the value of the project. It's really important that all of the designs work together as part of a team to contribute to the finished building. So all architects are also trained in project management as part of our degree and on-the-job training. So what that means is we can help you to procure a builder, so that might be via a tender or a negotiated contract. We can also prepare the contract documents for you, and then we can administer the contract. So we can manage all of the programming, the budget management, signing off of contractors' claims, and the final sign-off of practical completion of the building. So that's traditionally part of an architect's role, so we can do all of that for you. If you've got a larger or more complex project, you may choose to use a project manager. Again, we've got project managers at PRENDOS who we can work with, or we can also work with your external project manager to deliver your project. So you've got quite a few options there. So architects are trained in a broad spectrum of design work, so we don't just design buildings, and we can also design the interior spaces within your buildings and also some of the hard landscaping outside the buildings. So what you've got is the design as a coordinated whole, so it all works together rather than being designed by separate people. And we can also design a really wide variety of buildings that we're not limited. LBPs or licensed building practitioners are limited in certain levels or scales of buildings. Architects are not. We can design anything from a house extension through to a multi-storey building. And at PRENDOS we've got experience in a wide range of design from houses through to multi-storey buildings within the team. So in short, architects do a whole lot more than just prepare drawings for building consent. So you really have to ask yourself, do you want a run-of-the-mill cookie-cutter building, or do you want something that's a response to the site, a response to your needs, and something that is truly unique? If the answer is the latter, then I'd really like to talk to you about your project and what we can do for you. Our contact details will be on the end of this video, and I'd really like to talk to you about how we can help. Thanks.